What's up? Today we're going to talk about all the budget gear you're going to need, whether you want to share videos with friends, start a YouTube channel, or up your selfie game on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or anywhere without breaking the budget. Before that, I'm trying out a new intro. Tell me what you think.
Welcome to the video. This is the intro. What's it about? Well, it's about stuff and things. And before you say it, I had that phrase long before The Walking Dead says me.
To get started, you want to think about video recording equipment. I started out a few years ago with grabbing this tripod and sticking a Cisco Flip Ultra HD video camcorder on it. It had a quarter 20 mount on the bottom, as you see here. The problem was it only took batteries and there was no way to run it continuously. And the batteries died in like 20 minutes. I was able to make this selfie, which was inspired by this thing I found on the internet. After many attempts and trying to get myself in frame and going through a whole pack of batteries, I was able to make this recording of me playing the bass. Past me. I was so much younger then and rounder. First things you want to look at is webcams. If you're going to be streaming or you're going to be talking to people online, you're going to need a cheap webcam. And this one's only $18 right now, but it does not have a quarter 20 mount on the bottom, and they don't really show a picture. And then there's a 1080p one that's jumps anywhere between $85 and $50. Price keeps going up and down, and I grabbed two of them at $50 each. But way back when I was messing around with the Cisco Flip, I was telling my friend, he said, get a webcam. And I said, but I don't want to be on a leash to my computer. What if I want to go around and film? And he says, well, Galaxy Note 4 shoots in 1080p. And I was like, oh, really? And so I got two of them so that I could do multicam. And they work great. Now, this next part is about mounting hardware and adapters. Now, most of these things are multi-purpose, as in you can use them in more than one way and with more than one device. Like this tripod I was talking about earlier, you can put different things on it, a light, a camera, whatever, anything that has a quarter 20 camera mount on the bottom. And I'll show you what that is in a minute. Or you've got this selfie tripod, which is really interesting because it's got a phone mount in it that comes off. You can put anything on there. And you got these really tall ones that I had in my watch list in Amazon for a long time. And then they showed up on a flash sale for $16 for a pair, because someday I might try a backdrop or green screen or something. And then you've got this tripod camera mount ring light kit, I'll tell you more about. And you've got these crazy looking tripods which can be bent to twist around things. And then you've got gimbals. You think of them as a stabilizer, but they also do things like shoot time lapse or help you with vlogging. So a couple examples. Its primary function is as a stabilizer. As you see here in the footage on the left is filming while walking. And on the footage on the right is with the same phone shooting while in a gimbal. If you look here, this phone is going to keep pointing in that direction because of the current setting it's on. And another setting is like this, where it follows you gracefully left and right without shaking. But if you're looking into getting a gimbal, I've got two videos that I posted. They're really long, because I'm very detailed in those, because gimbals have so many features. Check those out. Look in the description of those videos because I have timestamps depending on what feature you're trying to look at. Now this is a gooseneck clamp mount that I've mounted lights and also webcams and cell phones to. They're very helpful. We're in tight spots where there is something you can clamp to, but you're not sure how you can get a camera there and you want it to stay. And then you want to think about these ball head adapters. Looks like this. If you get one, you want to make sure it's 1/4-20 male on one end, 1/4-20 female on the other end. And that square is also a hot shoe mount, which some tripods and things work with. And what this is, you loosen this and you could turn and point what you're trying to mount any different direction and tighten it down. Next, we've got ball head adapter and C-clamp together. And I'll show you some B-roll where I have my webcam mounted, is where anything you can clamp to and you want to put something right there. You don't want it a couple feet away like the gooseneck clamp does. Now this one comes with a ball head, and most C-clamps don't, so I recommend getting one that has it with it, because then it's easier to just pop it on somewhere and put your device on there. Now here's some adapters, and I have a box of these. I've already used the 1/4-20 male to 1/4-20 male adapter things. I think this one below it is 1/4-20 to 3/8. And this is a double female connector. Now this is a really, really popular Magick arm. I don't own this one, but I thought I would lead on about Magick arms here. This one's $20. This one's only 15. It comes with a C-clamp and is a little bit more on the budget side, if you know what I mean. But check out this B-roll where I've got it attached to a curtain rod so I could try out having a light up there. Now this is a cell phone mount. You can see the 1/4-20 adapter on the bottom to attach to a tripod or whatever. And this I use a whole lot, usually with the gooseneck clamp thing, sometimes on a tripod. I want to do a couple quick shouts to some other things that you can use tripods for. This one is a boom mic tripod or a boom stand. You can use this to get a microphone above you or to make it reach over something, like in my case. Oh, and hey, look, there's the fuzz pedal I used for the intro song. And then there's this DIY computer fan thing I set up. Ignore the sock, because I needed to be silent when I'm working on music. Shut up about the sock, ignore the sock. It absorbs vibration, that's what the sock does. And what you got here is a remote shutter. I said earlier I was going to talk about this. What this is a Bluetooth device that pairs to your phone, and your phone thinks it's a keyboard, and you press it, and it thinks you're pressing the volume down button. This is how you can remotely activate the shutter on your phone or stop and start recordings. So what can you do with a smartphone and some mounting hardware? Well, you can take more complex selfies to start with. Like this shot where I'm in this, what I call the stupid position in my car, where my legs are where my head should be and my head is where my legs should be. Because that's where I gotta be if I want to get up under there and disconnect the speedometer cable so I can get the instrument cluster out so I can install some more gauges. But you can really, really up your selfie game or make some statements about fashion, as it were. Check out what I did with a remote stutter, a gooseneck clamp, and a cell phone mount, and a smartphone. Oh, that's right. Model that towel you got from the White Elephant Christmas party. Hey, make it more kitcheny. Wear it with an apron. Oh man, let's just see you with that apron. So you say you got that apron for doing setups on your guitars? Let's see you model those guitars. Nice. Nice. Before you put the guitars away, let's see some poses. Ooh, nice. Let's switch to landscape and let's see a Johnny Cash pose. Really nice. Oh, how about this other apron that isn't mine but was left here a while back, so I guess it's mine now. This one makes me want to show my feminine side. Oh, I heard that ways to not wear a scarf was trending, but I never actually looked it up. Okay, so that's how you wear it. Show us how not to wear a scarf. You almost look like your eyes covered. Hey, cover your mouth. Yes, and now we got Kakashi. Oh, nice. Scarves are not a bib. And, I don't know how to not wear a scarf. Ooh, there's a super long scarf someone made me a while back because I really love Doctor Who and stuff. Oh no, definitely don't wear it that way. Oh, and here's a random scarf I found when my roommate moved out. But I don't have anything that goes with it. But I could always wear it around my waist for no reason. Alright, so this next section is about audio recording equipment. Obviously, you can use the built-in microphone in your cell phone or an old cell phone, whatever, and talking to it like this, like look at me, I'm talking into a microphone. But I highly recommend a lav mic. It's more versatile than you might think. Here's this cheap one I found on Amazon. I don't have this. I have this rando lav mic that the seller of this kit here gave me for leaving a review. And I don't feel that much like a sellout because it is 2 tripods, a camera mount, and ring LED. You may have seen other YouTubers like this guy and this guy, but if you look carefully, you'll see a little bump on their chest sometimes, and what they're doing is they wear 2 shirts and clip this inside of one of the shirts, like so. That's where that bump comes from. Just like that. Now, a really, really popular model is the Power DeWise. And it comes in a bag like this. A rando mic comes like this. Now, the connector on these things is designed for smartphones. As you can see, the connector has 3 contacts. That's TRRS, tip, ring, sleeve. What that is, if I remember correctly, ground, left, right, and microphone. So you can have stereo music. And that's how all cell phone headphone jacks are. But computer jacks are not. They're TRS, tip, ring, sleeve, which is ground, audio, microphone. And if you make sure you get a lav mic that has this adapter, this will double as something you can plug into your computer's microphone port. I have a microphone port on my desk because I've got this, desk thingy that came with my sound card. I'll talk about it in a second. But I'll let you hear the difference here. You're listening to my sound card desk thingy. Testing. 1, 2, 3. You are listening to the rando mic. Testing. 1, 2, 3. You are listening to the Power DeWise. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Moving on, we've got the Snowball mic. Now, this is a USB mic. It's got an analog to digital converter built in. And that same friend, this guy, who told me that the Note 4 had 1080p, was thinking about someday doing podcasts and interviews. And he's wondering how he could use 2 of these at once. And I actually figured it out. You can use OBS to record more than 1 camera at a time and more than 1 audio input at a time. This is how I am using 2 cameras at once and also recording my browser. So moving up from there in quality and functionality, you got a mixer. I've recently upgraded to this because I wanted to try out the compressor. I got it and actually tried out the USB function in it, and it's a decent analog to digital converter, just like the Snowball mic. So the Snowball mic is a real thing. It's not innuendo, and you should get 2 of them. And after you get it, you'll have to explain to all of your friends and whoever that the following terms are not innuendo. I need my snowballs. Did you grab my snowballs? I packed my snowballs, grabbed the snowballs, and my snowballs are in the bag. So I'm not saying buy this one necessarily. I got it because I wanted to try the compressor, and I wanted more inputs because I was adding more instruments to my current setup. But check out this one. If you had more than 1/4 inch microphone, you could use this, or if you had more than one XLR, you could use this. Now, a really, really popular brand for analog to digital converters is the Focusrite Scarlett, but this is $109 for 2 inputs. And this Behringer is $80, and it technically has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs, 2 of them being stereo, but really it's 3. 3 is still 1 more than 2, and this one with 1, 2, 3, 4 is twice as many. You get the idea. And this one doesn't have as much control over the input of the sound, as in this one you have the level, gain, and compression. So it's a little geekier. It may look a little daunting, but it's not. I mean, you got your EQ and your high, your mid, your lows. The next option, and you're probably going to see this and say, hey, Rob, you said this is a budget gear video. Why are you showing me this $150 microphone thingy? Well, this is what's called a discrete sound card, and its circuit board is going to be separated from your computer's motherboard. If you've already tried your computer's microphone jack, you may have noticed that there's some background noise. Some of that is coming from the quality of the mic, as you heard the difference between Rando mic and Power DeWise earlier, but most of it is electromagnetic interference. As you can see here, here's a picture somebody did when they were upgrading the op amps on it, that there is this EMI shield in between the sound processor and the DAC section. There are a lot of benefits if you get a discrete sound card, such as this one, because it's going to be a solution for a combination of things, not just recording. It's going to help you with live streaming, because you don't have to have a microphone attached to you directly. Online gaming, where you can talk to other gamers. Or if you use a computer as a digital audio workstation, for example, for editing and processing music, because it improves the audio quality of the sound that goes in and out of it, and the audio that it's processing, because it's not using your computer's CPU to process that stuff. But long story short about this sound card, I didn't believe people when they were talking about DACs and how wonderful they sounded, and I thought the whole audiophile community was kind of nonsense. But I needed to have a discrete sound card because my old one was showing its age, and I hooked it up, installed the drivers, restarted it, started playing some of my music, and I'm like, this isn't my music, this is too good. So I put on my favorite band, 9 Inch Nails, and I was like, whoa. And it felt like I had transcended, and I was living in the clouds, and I was throwing up rainbows from my eyes, and I was living with unicorns, many unicorns. And then I stumbled on this thread right here, where they're putting in these capacitors that are designed for guitar amps on it. And I'll show you what it looks like inside my computer right now. And I tried that out, and it's like I ascended even higher. And I found my place in the universe, and my place with humans on this earth in that universe. Now this next section is really short. It's about power supply. Here's a 10,000 milliamp battery I got off the Monoprice many years ago. When I was first getting into this, using the Note 4 that is, I found that using the camera drained the battery in 1 hour. And so I hooked it up to this particular power bank, and it kept my battery at 97% the whole time. And only one of these little blue lights turned off. The other thing you want to think about is to clean up the clutter, as it were. As you have like 3 or 4 things that you want to charge after doing a shoot, you might consider getting something like this. This is an 8 amp 5-port charger. Now, to put that in perspective, this Note 4, it pulls 2.1 amp. You could charge 4 of these off of this, and the 5th one would probably charge slower, from what I understand. And now, the other cool thing about this, it doesn't have that big AC adapter that goes into surge protector and takes up 2 spots. It's got this thing, this hole here, which looks like that. It has a cord that comes out that you plug into your surge protector. Let's see if they have a picture of that part. No, they don't. I guess I have to go ahead and pull some B-roll out of my butt. Hold on. There it is. There it is. That's some B-roll. Okay, and now to the final part, which is more important than you may think, and that's lighting. Start with, here's a ring light. I'm using one right now, and it's on right now. And here it is, off. Huge difference. Can you see it? Okay, I know what you're thinking. I don't need lighting because I just have to do these couple things. But you don't know how useful lighting is until you have it. You can take it so many places and do so many things with it. You can use them to light up a scene where you're discussing or showing off something you're working on. If you got a cell phone mount that has a 1/4-20 mount on the top, then you can attach a light to the top above your phone. You can even use these lights to improve the pictures you take for selling stuff on eBay or Craigslist or wherever. So you can remove all ambiguity about the item you're selling and get it sold without any hassle. And you can take them places where you need more lighting, like playing Legos.
Hey, can you hand me one of those blue pins? Oh, I'm sorry. I mean the other kind. No, not that. The one that's got an axle on one side. It's like a cross, and then what?
You could take them other exotic, faraway locations, like your backyard at night for some reason. To shoot pictures, I guess. Take them with you everywhere, like on road trips.
What do you mean you're not charged? I've known you like 2 weeks. You're old enough to know that you gotta charge yourself before we go out. Fine.
And the next type of light is a LED panel. This one is a type that you want to get either if you want a long battery life, like 2 hours or whatever it is. The battery is the same kind that you put on some DSLR cameras. So some people are buying it for that, so their batteries are interchangeable. And it also accepts this power adapter right here. But the next light we're going to talk about is this panel light, and it has a built-in lithium-ion battery. Now, it's going to be different than the other one, as in it's got a separate battery that you might lose or you have to pack separately. This one is built in. This particular one looks like this. Whoop! Then you've got a smaller one, which is useful if you have a tripod and a camera mount, and then another thing where you can mount something on top of that. Or you can just hold it in your hand in some cases, or you can just set it down next to something you're shooting. And this one looks like that. There again, I'm washing out the screen, and it's at 43%. And now this one you may not think is important, but I bought 4 just to try, and after getting them, I realized I probably only need 2 RGB Wi-Fi bulbs, smart bulbs. And I have one of them set to color, to paint the background color. And my preference is to match a color in something I'm wearing. Like right now, it's set to like a sort of fuchsia or pink. And I can turn it on and off from here. So you can see I just turned it off. Now, the 2 above me are also that type of light. And so is the light beside me. And I have the light beside me set to warm. And that warms up the side of my face. The one in front of me is set to warm and it gives me all of this. And now the two above me are set to red. So with RGB smart bulbs, you can totally set your scene to whatever you want. You can mix them together and test to your heart's content until you got it the way you need it. Okay, today we talked about video recording equipment, mounting hardware, audio recording equipment, power supplies, and lighting. So get subscribed down below, hit the bell so that you can see the videos when I give you a little bit more in depth about each one of these subjects. So, check out some outtakes here in a second, and an outro song. Tell me what you think about that stuff. Bye!
Know that you have to charge yourself before we go out.
Eh? Oh yeah, that.
I'm gonna do take 2 just in case you talked over it.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll this down a little bit so you can hear me. Stop picking on your brother. I know you're doing it. Get back over on your side. Sit up straight, newer.
Now this next section.
Hey, hold on. Don't go inside yet. No, it's fine. Hold on. I just want to spend some time with you. Just a minute. Maybe nothing. No, don't worry about them. Newer's probably playing video games and Viltrox is probably playing Legos. They'll be fine for a minute. How long we been together? I found you in that craft store in 2006. And you were on clearance. And you were 3 colors. And I got some green paint, painted you green, and yeah, that was just 2 years ago, painted you red. And then I got you some LEDs. How you like that RGB LED I gave you last year? Oh yeah, you like that, don't you? Come here.
Now it's time for me to go. You should like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video.
Hey peeps, thanks for checking out the video. If you liked it, click like. It really helps me out. And if you want to see more videos like this, get subscribed. Thanks, I've been Robert Jean, and I'm out.